7 foods diabetics avoid yet are excellent for health and even for controlling blood sugar levels. In this video, I'll cover 7 food groups with examples explaining why these foods are beneficial. You'll also understand why many people wrongly consider them harmful. If you're trying to control your blood sugar levels, this information is essential. Let's get started then. What are these 7 foods? The number one food many diabetics avoid, thinking it raises blood sugar, is actually fruits. If you're diabetic or managing blood sugar levels, you not only can but should eat fruits. Fruits are allies in controlling diabetes. Cutting out or reducing fruit consumption is a serious mistake that can worsen diabetes and overall health. So, what are the best fruits? Avocado and berries are great too. Guava, strawberry, blueberry, raspberry, cherry, citrus fruits, passion fruit, lemon, and even pineapple, which many people say contains a lot of fructose. While we're on this topic, does fructose harm diabetics? And the answer is no, fructose won't harm you. What's harmful is excess fructose. If you eat 15 or 20 bananas, of course that will harm you, okay? Now, oranges with pulp are excellent. Other fruits that are also very good, nectarines and peaches. Diabetics aren't just allowed to eat these fruits, they should include them in their diet. Now, some fruits like bananas and grapes have a higher glycemic index, glycemic load, and carb content. So yes, you need to control those, okay? But nobody becomes diabetic or worsens their diabetes because they're eating too much guava, for example. Have you ever seen that happen? No, fruits are definitely allowed and you should not only eat them, but you must eat them. A healthy diet can include 3 or more fruits daily, and this won't cause excess sugar in your body. What actually causes excess sugar are sugary drinks or fruit juices. When you eat an orange, you're consuming the fruit plus all the pulp and fiber. When making juice, you combine several oranges in one glass and remove the fiber. And so for diabetics, this isn't a good combination, okay? Because you get concentrated sugar that will significantly raise your blood sugar levels. I'm specifically addressing diabetics here. If you don't have insulin resistance or high blood sugar levels, orange juice won't harm you, okay? That's why you find many videos saying, oh, orange juice is fine, you can drink it daily. And the answer is yes. Now, if you're diabetic, you need to be careful with this, okay? With juices. Apple juice, mango juice, pineapple juice, even strawberry juice. Some versions are concentrated in. Even though strawberries are excellent for diabetics, the juice should be avoided. Grape juice too, very concentrated. But fruits are excellent. Don't avoid fruits. The second food you're probably avoiding, and this is controversial, so pay close attention, are potatoes, bread, rice. But aren't these foods forbidden? The answer is no. You can eat potatoes if you're diabetic. What's the real issue here? If your blood sugar levels are very high and uncontrolled, your body struggles with carbohydrates and can't process them properly. In this phase, when levels are elevated, it's wise to avoid potatoes and other carbs, but only during this phase. Okay? Not eliminating all carbs, just moderating consumption. For well-controlled diabetics, or those without diabetes who are concerned or pre-diabetic, a healthy diet can include rice and bread. What's a tip to reduce the impact on blood sugar levels? For example, adding protein like eggs, cheese, or chicken breast to your bread can make it a healthier meal, okay? So you don't need to cut it completely, just practice moderation. And if your levels are very high, then yes, it's worth cutting back on carbs. But it's not potato carbs that make things worse. It's the added sugar carbs. Drinking sugary beverages or eating processed foods, lots of potatoes or fries, that can worsen things. But a balanced meal with salad, rice, chickpeas, lentils, beans, and protein won't make things worse. That's what I want you to understand, to help remove some of the fear around food. Why aren't these videos that create food fears correct? You ask this often. I like answering questions during my videos because those fear-mongering videos tend to go viral. Imagine there's a doctor out there prohibiting bread and potatoes. Many people end up sharing and then the video gets a lot of attention. But that's not the approach I take here on this channel, okay? I don't like to scare people, so yes, you can eat some potatoes, bread if you like it, and rice too, all right? Always prioritize adding fiber and other sources of protein and fats to balance your diet. Now, if you wake up and for breakfast, you eat bread with jam, extra butter, cream, dulce de leche, piling on things, right? Then yes, that kind of bread is worth avoiding. But the first example I mentioned is very healthy and can be part of your diet. Number 3, which many diabetics avoid, I'll explain this one. It might be confusing, but it's easy to understand, is milk. Milk is also allowed for people with diabetes as well as dairy products like cheese and yogurt. I recommend choosing skim milk and low-fat dairy products where the fat has been removed. This way, you can better balance and incorporate them into your meals, okay? But I heard in the video, you mentioned the milk controversy, that when I drink milk, my body breaks down lactose and raises blood sugar levels, right? There's glucose molecules involved. Is that true? Yes, that's correct. This happens naturally as your body digests milk. That's exactly what we expect and want to happen. But a glass of milk, half a glass, or a slice of cheese won't throw everything out of balance. So milk can definitely be part of a healthy diet for diabetics. Especially when you choose skim milk, you get a low-calorie drink with a good amount of protein. And yes, milk protein is very high quality. You get nutrition, calcium too, without causing spikes in your blood sugar levels. So milk and dairy products are indeed extremely necessary and beneficial for your health. There are even studies showing milk has anti-inflammatory properties, contrary to what many fake doctors claim online, okay? And what else about this? If you have lactose intolerance or milk protein allergy, then you should avoid it, okay? I'm not disputing that. If milk gives you allergies or makes you sick, vomit, or have bathroom issues, then yes, avoid milk, okay? But that's a personal issue. Most people have no problem digesting milk. Got it? So you can drink your milk very calmly, and if you like yogurt, I add skim yogurt with a little chia in it. This combination is excellent for people with diabetes. Number 4, which diabetics often avoid but are actually excellent foods, are vegetables like cruciferous ones, for example. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Why do many diabetics avoid them? Because there's this rumor, this myth online that broccoli or cauliflower can harm your thyroid and mess up your blood sugar levels, okay? This is a major myth. It's not a goitrogenic substance, as many call it. This has not been confirmed in humans, okay? So if you enjoy these vegetables, you can eat them freely, all right? What's the issue here? Many claim broccoli can harm thyroid based on a rat study. The rats only ate cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. And these rats that consumed a lot of these developed an enlarged thyroid, which we call goiter. The thyroid begins to grow, and some developed hormonal changes. But this doesn't happen in humans. It's not seen in people, okay? You don't need to worry about this, so you don't need to avoid these foods either. I eat broccoli almost every day. If you enjoy it, it can definitely be part of a healthy diet for diabetics. Continuing our list, we still have 3 more foods to cover. If you're enjoying this, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. If you're already subscribed, don't forget to like the video. Let's continue with our list here. Number 5 is another excellent combination. I'll talk about drinks. There are 2 drinks with impressive antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties I want to highlight. The first drink is coffee, and the second is green tea. Many people ask, I don't like coffee, is there an alternative? Yes, you can drink green tea, for example. If you don't like green tea, you can drink coffee. These drinks are studied for their effects on the body. Coffee, for example, contains tocopherol, vitamin E, polyphenols, and substances that can help your body and metabolism. But I heard coffee alone won't work miracles or cure diabetes. And of course not, otherwise it would be too easy. Just drink coffee and boom, no one would have diabetes anymore. The answer isn't that simple. It's a combination of actions you take to improve. Drinking black coffee is one measure that can help with control. There was a study evaluating people who drank 3 to 4 cups of coffee daily, not more, since coffee can have adverse heart effects with doses above 8 cups linked to increased arrhythmias. And those who consumed this recommended amount had a lower chance of developing type 2 diabetes. That's what they observed, okay? So that's significant information if you enjoy drinking coffee, right? And green tea as well. There aren't many studies, but from what we know, it can also help you. If you enjoy it, it's worth trying. Now, if you don't like a drink, you don't have to force yourself to drink it, right? Because there are other alternatives that I'll mention here, okay? Note that for espresso, that 3 to 4 cup recommendation converts to 3 or 4 shots, got it? Otherwise, 3 to 4 medium cups of regular coffee. And remember, coffee means coffee without sugar, okay? Don't add sugar, especially if you're diabetic, as it can worsen your blood sugar levels. How do you drink your coffee? I prefer mine without sugar. I drink espresso. I have an espresso machine, so I really enjoy it and drink it daily. And if you really like sweet coffee, you can use sweeteners like natural stevia, which doesn't harm you, doesn't raise insulin, is very safe and can be part of a healthy diet. If you want to do what I did, you can reduce it gradually. If you drink coffee with sugar, next week use half the amount, then quarter, and gradually you'll get used to coffee without sugar and won't be able to drink sweetened coffee anymore. I'm living proof of this, and I invite you to comment if this happened to you, how you drink coffee, how you prepare it, and mention your city so we can learn about coffee habits in different places. Let's move to number 6, which is also very interesting and has been the subject of a lot of misinformation online. Fish, like sardines and salmon. Fish are a source of protein, and these fattier fish provide omega-3, which can help your heart, for example. They're excellent for people with diabetes. You know that diabetics need to take care of their heart health. Heart attacks and strokes are major concerns, and fish can help with this by improving blood lipid levels. So, why are many diabetics avoiding these fish? Because there's a rumor online that these fish are contaminated with mercury that would harm your health. There are specific contamination cases, mainly in fish higher up the food chain like tuna, for example, or dogfish, right? Which is a type of shark, or swordfish, for example, okay? But there are few fish you really need to be careful about regarding mercury, especially if you're pregnant or if it's for a child. So fish like sardines and salmon are safe to eat, barring specific contaminations, right? Each case should be analyzed individually, and there's no general recommendation to avoid these fish. On the contrary, eating sardines is beneficial for your health. If you don't have access to these fish, many people say, in my region, these fish are very expensive, sardines are expensive, salmon is expensive. You can eat whatever fish you have access to. Why? Even if it's not an omega-3 source, this fish provides a good amount of protein that diabetics need to maintain muscle mass and keep their metabolism healthy, right? A healthy metabolism requires a minimum amount of protein. And number 7, another food diabetics avoid but shouldn't are eggs. Eggs are excellent for people with diabetes. And I'm talking about eggs with both the white and the yolk, right? The so-called whole egg. Why? The white contains protein about 6 grams per egg, which is a very good amount and significant for diabetics. And in the yolk, we have vitamins, healthy fats like B vitamins that help your brain and vision. So it's worth eating the whole egg with both yolk and white. If you eat many eggs daily, like gym goers who eat 15 eggs, then yes, you should remove some yolks to avoid excess fat. Now, for those who eat normally like me, 1 or 2 eggs a day, you can definitely eat the whole egg and it will benefit your health. If you're diabetic, that's even better. On a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rate this video? If it's a 10, I'll make more videos like this one. Now I have a suggestion for another video to watch. It's a video where I talked about vegetables and salads. While broccoli and cauliflower can help you, some vegetables need more attention as they contain more starch. And yes, diabetics should be especially careful with these. Want to know which vegetables these are? If you click here, you'll be taken to a specific video where I rank the best and worst vegetables. Take care. See you next time.